Hello, welcome to Romance Book Monsters. I am Kitty Boom, and this is my co-host Lollipop. How are you doing today?
I am good. I just found out it might hit the 60s next week, so it's gonna be on and popping over here.
Yay, no more snow.
Spring is coming.
I'm ready for it.
We got so much snow this year.
I'm ready for the more practical side of things. I want a lower electricity bill.
I don't blame you. I want lower electricity and gas bill. My gas bill went up because we have a gas water heater and it's like long ass hot showers to warm you up when you come home. So
As soon as it hits 60, I'm cutting the central air and the central heat off.
I wouldn't go that far. 60 is not enough for me to cut my heat off.
It is enough for me. And so today we're going to do our March book haul where we're going to talk about some of the books that we're looking forward to reading this month. And there were definitely several to choose from. Unfortunately, we had to narrow it down a bit, but I'm sure I'll end up reading way more than what's on this list today.
For sure. Most definitely.
My first book is by one of my favorite authors. It's called One More Time by Aurora Reynolds. Usually I stick to her series, and this is more of a standalone. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be released at the end of this month. And so it's about this girl. She's back in her hometown of Ruby Falls. Her name is Aria Hart. And she is determined to find the happiness that has always felt just out of reach. Something that will be a lot easier to do if her parents weren't so close by, reminding her just why she left town as soon as she could in the first place. So I'm thinking it's one of those stories where, you turn 18 and you're a runaway, basically. So she just purchased a house and her house is giving her problems. So she's starting to second guess her situation a little bit, but Ty Goodman knocks on her door and shoves his way under her defenses. Is it possible the happiness she's been searching for is attached to a man like Ty, the guy she crushed on in high school who didn't even seem to notice she existed? So, in order to find out, she's going to have to put everything, including her heart, on the line one more time. So it's going to be interesting to hear their story and see how fast it goes, or if it's one of those stories that, they kind of hook up at the end and live right into the sunset type situation. One of your books for the month.
So my first book is actually by a new author by the name of Ryby Lake. The premise of the story really captured me, and I'm just going to be real. The cover art had me at hello. Purple is my favorite color, and we have an MC story here. It's an all-female MC, and she had a purple kind of illumination on the bike. So I was all about that life. I was like, I clicked on it. I was like, I must read this summary to see no more. So when they say that book covers get reviewers to even click, 100% agree. It's called Riot. It's an Eve's Fury MC novel. So the female MC group is called Eve's Fury, and they are an offshoot of another MC group. So we have the main protagonist here, and she ran away from her ex-pimp with one of her friends, and they started Eve's Fury MC group. So she promised herself that she would never be a victim again, and that she would never have to rely on a man for anything. So obviously, when she meets Treble, and they're knocking it off. He's a little bit younger, very cocky. He is an ex-con. She, had a pimp. So it's like they understand that kind of world a little bit, and they get together, and everything ensues. So I'm actually really excited about this because I've only ever read one other female MC group book, and I really enjoyed that particular series. So I'm always open and ready for something new. This is actually the second book in the line. I have not read the first book yet. They also have a free prequel that is available to the series as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this and checking it out. But again, they had me at the purple motorcycle. I was already ready to take a quick peek at this book. And also helps my trigger finger is that it's also Kindle Unlimited. So I was already there.
That definitely sounds interesting. Yeah, like as far as I've noticed, like female motorcycle club groups are very rare in the romance novel genre. So it's interesting to see that, that she's a part of an all female group.
Oh, I'm excited for
But
sure.
I look forward to listening to that.
I will shoot it your way.
Thank you much. Coincidentally, my next book that I'm looking forward to is also an MC book for this month. And it's a new author and everything, so I'm excited about that. But I must mention one thing I'm a little disappointed in. So it's a very long line. So I'm like discovering it once it's as really matured. And when
Mhm.
I first noticed it, all of the books were Kindle Unlimited, and now they're not.
Aw, I was about to smile. Did you see my lips go
Yeah.
up? And then
I don't know what happened. I hope whatever happened changes back. It's like a 7 book series, and they've already moved on to the children's line of
Mhm.
this first line, and they were all Kindle Unlimited. I was getting ready to hunker down in my bed, but
You know what it
maybe
is.
not so fast.
You know what it is. They want to release it on other platforms, and as long as you're Kindle Unlimited, you can't be on other platforms.
That's true. But moving on to the book, the name of the book is Braxton. It's a Rebel Guardians MC by Liberty Parker. So in this book, the main character is Braxton. He is the president of the MC, and they have just moved into this new town to start up their charter of the motorcycle club. And they're completely legit motorcycle club, and their plan is to start building businesses in this small town to, boost up the economy and to fund the MC. Somehow they ended up having like a lot of money from somewhere that they don't really explain, but this is a very rich club. So the guy, like, he is temporarily living in one of the townhomes that they built, and he has a little sassy 6 year old. She's so cute, and his neighbor moves in named Kara, and she has a 6 year old boy. So the guy is a single dad. Like his girlfriend like bounced like once she had the baby and left the baby to him. And then the female character in the book, she's a recent widow, and like her husband died of cancer. His family was crappy, so she moved away from her town to get away from his ridiculous family.
Don't
And
blame her one bit.
so she has her young son, and the two kids, they're the same age and they're so cute together. In the description, like they're supposed to become best friends, and so the parents will get together because of that. So it's like a motorcycle club meets a whole bunch of cuteness. So I'm very much looking forward to this story.
I cannot wait. I'm
Yeah.
excited. You're gonna have to let me know how it is so I can dive in too. Because I'm all about finding new authors. And hey, if it meets one of my topic areas, even better. More motorcycle club, the better.
All right. What do you have next on the bulletin?
So I have another new author, and I'm just busting out these new authors, and it's another MC book. It's called Until Blaze by Myra Stratham. And we have Patrick, aka Blaze, and he is one of the members of the Broken Eagles MC. So currently they're running like two different businesses. He's running two different businesses as well as being part of the Brotherhood. And then he meets Malaragus, Malara Gross, aka Melly, and she's on an adventure per her mother's last wishes. So obviously she never got away from it. She never experienced anything outside of her hometown. So she's on a quote unquote adventure. She's working two new jobs, and one of which of them has her surrounded by all these good looking bikers. She's in a new city. She's making new friends, but she's having an intense attraction, sparks with my boy Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's like, oh, I should stay away from the inked up biker, but Temptation and his baby blue glaze. I mean, his baby blue gray, how do you call it? His baby blue stare. And, he's all about I'm ready for this. And this is part of her, it's not really a series, but she calls them these sets of books that she has Happily Ever Alpha. So obviously he's an alpha. It's a little bit of insta love. So I'm actually really excited. It's part of her Happily Ever Alpha world per se.
You know what? I'm
I think it's
familiar
part of
with
Aurora Rose Reynolds'
this.
Happily Ever Alpha world. Yes.
Yes, Aurora Reynolds has a series, an Untold series, and she has made it a part of Kindle World. So other authors have joined in and
Mm-hmm.
added to her series.
Yes, I'm very excited. So
Yes.
this, I believe this is part of that. I haven't read this. I haven't read either one of those authors, so I'm excited to learn more about this world.
The original series is very, very, very good. Like I love the first book Until November in the Until series. And then like all of his brothers get a book and then like their kids get books. Like it's a really good series. I like strongly recommend it.
Awesome. I'm excited. But yeah, aren't you glad? Look, you didn't even know
Yeah.
about this.
Now my next book is also another MC book. Okay, so we definitely have motorcycle clubs on the mind, and it's an author that I'm very familiar with. It's by C. Bowerman. It's Grady. It's a book that recently came out this month. I mean, early this month. We're only on the second day. Grady, and Grady is the son of a former stripper, and him and his mother they have started this like cosmetic company together that's
Ooh,
doing like extremely well. And in addition to that, he's like a mechanic. So he's kind of like an undercover millionaire type situation.
I love that.
So he meets one of the heroine in the book. She dances at the strip club that the club owns. And
Mm-hmm.
she's being abused by her boyfriend. She has a young daughter and he is abusing her too.
Oh no.
Minute, no, no, I'm sorry. She's not being abused by him too. So the situation where she's in, she had a crappy family
Mm-hmm.
and she got pregnant, and so she had to go back home while she was in college. And now, long pause. And now, so she comes back, and her mother finds like this loser and hooks up with it. Like she is the one that's basically supporting the family. That's how like deadbeat the rest of the family is.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets together with with the son of her stepfather. And she doesn't really want to be with him, but she's kind of like strong armed into dating him because he lives in the house with her mother too. And she just can't get away from the family.
Mm-hmm.
But he beats up on her, and like the motorcycle gang, they help her get out of that situation, and they set her up in a house. And eventually like the relationship between her and Grady, it develops, and she goes through a phase of not thinking she's good enough. But Grady is like, no, no, like, look, my mom, she's an ex stripper, and I love her. So the book is all about them getting together, and like finally like getting her completely out of her family situation.
Oh, I might have to check that out. I have enjoyed the C. Bowerman books that we've read for the channel. So
Yes, and she has
definitely.
another book coming out later this month too that I'm very much looking forward to. That's connected to another series. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Super
gonna be in
excited for
C.
it.
Bowerman heaven this month.
I know that's right. Nothing wrong with that. So my last book is When He Was Alpha by Suzanne Wright. And this is the second book in the series that we've actually talked about the first book quite a few times, which was When He Was Dark.
It was so
Um,
good.
yes. So When He Was Alpha is talking a little bit about Tate Devereaux, and he meets Havana Ramos. So Havana is an alpha cat shifter. Oh, I'm sorry. Tate is an alpha cat shifter, and you know, she's all about, she doesn't want anything more than a fling and whatever. So, okay, cool. So they do what they do, and, you know, she walks away. But Tate, who has never been bothered by women walking away, is now going through a little bit of, you know, a situation, because he's like, nah, you can't leave me. His cat is all upset after she ends their fling. So he's now having to convince her that they should be together. But she's like, you know, I'm gonna keep you at arm's length. There's no reason for us to continue this, obviously, because we're not mating. Like, you're not mating me. So you need to get yourself together and decide what you want, because I'm not going to be, you know, your little fling forever. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. We're being introduced to Havana. We're being introduced to Havana. She has not been part of the series before, so I'm excited to learn more about her. And of course, the third book in the series is based on characters that will be introduced in this book. So I'm excited to figure out who these new people are, for sure.
So is Havana, is she a palace cat too?
I don't know. It doesn't say. So I'm looking forward to learning, because it came out today. So I literally just got it on my Kindle. In my Kindle app. I have not read it yet. So I'm super excited.
So far, it looks like the guys in this family seem to like the chase a whole lot.
Yes, they do. Well, but they're cats, right? Isn't that what
Well,
cats
remember
do?
book one, Alex isn't a cat.
He's a
His
Wolverine.
dad was a cat, but he's a Wolverine.
But he's still a cat. Just because he doesn't shift into a cat doesn't mean he don't got the cat tendencies.
Cat tendencies.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I'm sure we'll be talking about it more, because we are both going to dive into this book at some point this month.
Probably once we're done talking.
Forgot?
Yeah.
And it also helps that it's Kindle Unlimited.
It's a little chilly. It's about to rain. Perfect. So I think that is all that we have for you today. You know, we'll definitely be back to talk about more and more books this month as we go along. Please let us know if you've read any of these authors, especially like Aurora Reynolds and Suzanne Wright. Oh, and Sue Bowerman, because they both, all three of them have very extensive lines.
Yeah,
So
and
something for everybody. So
I
let
know
me know if you've read any of those.
for sure. And as we said before, it seems like the new trend is MC books. So as you see here, 4 of the 6 books we talked about, MC. We had MC, a shifter. That was it.
Oh. And if you know of any good MC shifter lines, let me know about those, because I haven't come across many, but the ones that I've come across are usually good. So any motorcycle shifter crossings that you've read that are good, let me know the names and the authors of those books.
Yeah, hit us up in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
See you
Enjoy.
later.